Welcome Farm to Family to our week 17 unboxing videos with Just Fruits Farm, where we take a look at and explore recipes and ideas on how to utilize these wonderful ingredients in our weekly farm shares. My name's Brooke and I'll be walking us through. Let's get started. We've got curly kale, and with curly kale, remember we can always use it in salads like last week, but you want to massage a dressing into it to soften those leaves. The easiest way to get them off the stem, let's try that again. The easiest way to get them off the stem is by pulling straight off. And you can eat these, but only if you cook them. I wouldn't suggest biting into them raw in a salad. It's a little bit hard. All of my favorite ways to use kale start with the letter S: soup or stew, salad, smoothie, and stir fry. Tougher greens are great in stir fries and in soups because they cook for a while. And then in smoothies, you're getting vitamins packed into your smoothie, and it actually doesn't take away the taste of the fruit. It's like a really good way to sneak it in, especially if you have kids. And then you can also stick these in the oven and make kale chips, and maybe we'll explore that another time. With carrots, I always think of making a carrot salad, so shredding them. You can do it by hand or in a blender. You can add some vinegar and make a tangy carrot salad. You can oven roast these, and then you can also cook them on a pan. You can drop them in if you put a whole chicken in the oven or any part of a chicken. You can let them stew in those juices. They're just a pretty easy and all-around versatile thing to work with. Here's the ideal 2-in-1 plant where you get both the leafy greens that you can utilize if they're in good shape, and you can also utilize the root. In order to prep the root, I take off the greens. You can cut them off with a knife if you'd like. I take off this little tap root, and you can use a knife for that. And you might want to shave off with a little vegetable peeler these root hairs. They don't really bother me. What you do want to take off is if there's any root that is exposed to the surface, it's going to be a little bit harder skin, so you can peel that off with a vegetable peeler. Cut into chunks, stick it in the oven. We'll look at an oven roasted beet recipe that'll be in the comments, and we're also going to think about using these greens. They could be salad, they could be cooked with eggs just like you do Swiss chard. They could be, used in stews as well. Bok choy is a type of Asian cabbage, and I don't have bok choy today, but I have Napa cabbage, and those can be used and prepared similarly. You always want to cut off maybe like 1 inch to 2 inches from the end of a bok choy or a Napa cabbage. Those are a little less flavorful and a little bit tougher stems as it's closer to the stem. And you want to cook the stems that are thicker first and then the greens. The key is not to overcook bok choy. It's already dead. You don't have to cook the hell out of it. It's really delicious when it still has a crunch. Last week we talked about oven roasting and making latkes or fritters. All those kind of things are great, but you can also use them as the base of a soup to make a creamy soup or in addition to a soup. And today we're going to look at making like a cilantro or an herb soup. You could use scallions, cilantro, leeks, onions. It's just a great way to use your potatoes. Onions are so versatile, can be used in pretty much every dish. Just like last week, you can also pickle these, and you can have them on top of a rice bowl or on a salad. So don't forget that that's always an option. And if you have a full share, you also received garlic. Again, the most versatile kitchen ingredient of all time. Cilantro, and we're going to look at a quick cilantro dressing, and then you would have radish as well. So again, pickle them. The best things to do with radishes: stick them in the oven with butter, roast them, and they're absolutely delicious. For the creamy base, you can use 4 tablespoons of mayo, vegan mayonnaise, or silken tofu like I have here. We'll use 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I like to put in a little bit of lime juice. Depending how much heat you like, you could use a whole or a half jalapeno. About a handful of cilantro or 3/4 of a cup. 3 scallions or green onion. Lastly, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. If your mixture is too thick, add water as needed. And voila, you have a beautiful bright green dressing to put on top of salads or rice bowls with meat and beans, whatever you like. There we are. Thanks for joining us today for our unboxing video. We hope you get to try out some of these recipes demoed today. And don't forget to check out the recipes in the comments section. There's loads more for you. If you want to join us for our Kitchen Talk open hours, we meet this Friday from 12 to 1:30 p.m. And if that time doesn't work for you, just shoot me an email, brooke@justroots.org, and we'll find a time that does. Enjoy your week 17 boxes. Happy cooking.